All right. So, session 4.
Yeah.
Don't need too much of a recap. Basically, you guys cleared out Death House. You were already down in the basement. You just finished exploring around. Ran into some ghouls, ran into some shadows, found a secret exit, and then you stumbled around into a reliquary where there were lots of really weird, macabre, useless things stuffed into these alcoves that you pretty much ignored. And then you went into the big sacrificial offering room with an altar in the middle filled with water, and these apparitions appeared and started chanting, "One must die, one must die." So you proceeded to ignore them, and as soon as you left the space of the altar, Lorgoth the Decayer erupted from the alcove in the room. It was a big shambling mound, which I was really impressed that you guys basically handled him like he was nothing. He was a CR5 creature against 4 CR2 adventurers, so you spanked him pretty well. But once you killed him, the whole house started coming down, and you had to make a frantic escape for the outside. And you got upstairs and found all the doors had been changed into these whirling scythes, and the fireplaces were belching, choking smoke all over the place, and all the windows had been bricked over. So you had... Was that?
I said, I hate when that happens.
Yeah, got it. It's so annoying. You barely made it out alive, but you did, and as you escaped the death house, you watched it kind of crumble in and dissolve on itself until there was nothing left but a smoking ruin. And that's pretty much where we left off, with you guys standing in front of the ruin of Death House in the village of Barovia.
Yeah,
you weren't kidding.
Oh.
I'm down to 2 hit points. You weren't kidding about almost dying.
Yeah, we pretty much left off right there. We didn't change anything.
Yeah, that's what the town looked like again. Okay.
Yes, village of Barovia. And that's pretty much, you're standing right in front of where it was. There's that brown house that was pretty much right there.
Hey, there's a party going on.
The party's right there.
The party! Singular. There's only one party in Barovia, and it's you. So yeah, you came out and you went into the house. It was dark. You came out of the house, and it's still dark. It's hard to tell what time of night it is, but the fog and the mists have at least receded a little bit, allowing you to see and move about again. The town itself, though, doesn't look much different from when you went in. It's deadly quiet. You don't hear any sounds, and you see some streets.
I would say we should look for an inn or someplace we can hole up and rest.
I would agree.
Okay. Well, which way did you want to go?
Do we want to head north?
Is there any sound at all?
Yeah, can we tell if there's any other houses that, or anything that doesn't appear to be a house, like an inn or a shop
along
or
this
anything?
street, you can see to the north and south along this longer street that you're on, they all pretty much look like residences, and they're all in about the same condition. I mean, not all of them are boarded up, but they're all dark, and all of them like show signs of age and semi-neglect. There is actually kind of little telltale smoke coming from some of the houses, so that it seems likely that there are some people living here, but the houses are completely dark and quiet.
Okay, so we don't hear anything, huh?
No, you hear no voices, nothing moving on the streets, no town crier, just kind of the wind and lonely foreboding.
Well, this looked like the main thoroughfare?
Yeah,
Is
kind
that
of. When you came into town, it did go off beyond your sight range a little bit, so it looks
Well, let's head down that way. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
I'm on board.
So you take that road to the crossroads. As you get to the crossroads, you can see here. I'll just kind of expand this a bit so you can kind of see how far it goes. And yeah, it does look like it kind of expands out a little bit as a main square.
Yeah, if that's a square.
And you actually do see a little bit of what might be some lights coming from around that area. To the other direction, the mists have kind of encircled the village, and why don't you guys make a perception check? Yikes. I see mists. I see the road.
Um,
As low as I
Whoa.
rolled, I don't even know if I can tell if it's a road.
The monk can see the individual atoms comprising the road.
This is my favorite die roller ever.
Apparently. Well, okay, so the three of you guys, you're all kind of looking down towards the town, but Adrin kind of looks over his shoulder on the way out of town towards the mist, and he actually sees coming down, like kind of from behind one of the houses, moving actually kind of in this direction. There's what looks to be a gaunt skeletal figure riding a skeletal-looking horse.
They say, hey, dudes, there's a gaunt skeletal figure riding a skeletal horse behind us.
What?
Huh? Yeah, you all turn and look, and indeed, it's weird because the mist kind of muffles its horse hooves, which is why you didn't hear it before now, but it's not moving towards you. It actually rides up to the middle of the street, again over here, and then stops. Then slowly it kind of turns its head around and looks at you. And you can see it's not just skeletal, like gaunt. It's actually like a skeleton riding this skeletal horse. And it just looks at you
I
for
wave.
as you wave to
I
it.
wave.
It does not wave back. It looks at you, but it does kind of reach over, pull something out of... it's actually wearing some kind of this tattered coat that it must have been wearing in life, and drops it something on the ground at the horse's feet. And then it slowly kind of moves forward in the other direction towards the mist and disappears into the mists.
Wow.
We'll go up and see what it dropped.
Yeah.
Hey,
Carefully.
carefully. All right. You head over to that area, and whatever it is, looks like it's gone. Or, I mean, whatever that skeletal rider was, it looks like it's gone. You don't hear the hooves of the horse, but on the ground, you see some kind of small piece of metal that looks like it's been shaped, like wrought, like a rounded piece of wrought metal on the ground.
I'll pick it up.
Okay. It's a cold metal cameo. It's got a little latch. Looks like it opens.
I will open the latch.
Okay. Inside, you see what may have been one time a portrait, but whoever it was, their face has been completely scratched away.
What a weird thing for it to throw at us. It doesn't. No, it looked like he took it out and literally dropped it down, right? He didn't.
Yeah, he
Like,
very deliberately.
accidentally.
Yeah, he stopped, looked at
Yeah.
you, and then very deliberately pulled out this cameo and dropped it on the ground, and then
That's
moved off
very
into the
weird.
mist.
Huh.
Must be an ex-girlfriend or something.
Is it detect magic a cantrip? Can somebody
I don't have cantrips. Sorry.
Detect magic is a spell, but I have it.
I don't want you to waste the spell slot on it.
I have that spell, but I would have to rest and prepare it.
I can use it. It doesn't bother me.
Okay.
You're a sorcerer.
Yeah,
Is it magic?
It
I detect
actually
magic.
okay. It actually is non-magical,
All right.
but it detects creepy.
It's a,
Detects creepy.
Yay.
But yep, you don't hear anything else moving, and really you don't see any other promising routes except, like you said, towards the middle of town. There, it looks like there may be some light coming from some larger buildings.
All right, let's head that
Did I
way.
sense any magic other than that within 30 feet of me?
Nothing specific, no.
Okay. Just curious if there was anything else magical in the area.
Nope, not really.
Okay.
All right, so you head back towards the center of town. I'll just kind of illuminate a little bit more here that you can see. that side street, as you're going down it, looks like it goes up and, yep, turns that way. And as you get closer to the center of town, I'll reveal a little bit more here. Damn tools, show me the right thing. So that's the square in the center of town. And let me go ahead and read what you see here. So there's two buildings that really comprise the bulk of the red buildings. Are kind of obviously the ones that you should pay attention to. The one to the south, it's a large building that has a sign over the door that's creaking on its hinges. The sign reads Bildrath's Mercantile. That structure is dark. Doesn't look like anyone's at home or open right now. The other building to the north, that one has a single shaft of light that thrusts illumination into the square from it. It's still foggy enough here that it's light. That bright light is light enough to almost look like a pillar in the fog. Above the gaping doorway, there's a sign hanging precariously askew, proclaiming this to be the Blood on the Vine Tavern.
Sounds good to me.
Yep, I'm in for a tavern.
Okay. You don't hear any noise coming from within. Like, there's no, noise of people laughing, and there's no piano player or any kind of noise like that. It just says you hear what might be low voices inside, but not. It doesn't look like there's a crowd here.
No
What
bards.
kind of door? What kind of door is it?
It's just a heavy standard wooden door.
Okay, I just walk up, fling it open, and say, "Hey there, got anything good to drink?"
Okay. You fling open the door. It just as an aside, as the rest of you guys approach, you notice that actually, yeah, I'm not going to bother with a perception check. As you're passing under the sign, you notice that the sign that says "Blood on the Vine Tavern," or "Blood of the Vine Tavern," it actually originally read "Blood of the Vine" instead of "Blood on the Vine." Someone scratched off the N and scratched over it with the letter F.
Okay.
Or the other. Wait,
The other
so
way
which
around.
one is it now?
Other way around. It's Blood
The other
on
way
the Vine.
around.
Okay.
It's Blood on the
Okay.
Vine Tavern. Yeah, that's kind of written
Okay.
confusingly.
I just want something to drink.
Okay.
I'm in. I need something to
Yes,
drink.
you guys have been dying for drinks for a while. So
And-
yes, inside
In the room if they have it.
looks like it was a once finely appointed tavern that's grown kind of shoddy over the years. There's a blazing fire in the hearth, but it gives scant warmth to the few huddled souls within. You see, there's one gentleman who's middle-aged, kind of bald, heavy-set, at the bar. He's kind of polishing glasses and just really not looking up at anyone. As you burst in, he doesn't even really look up and acknowledge that you entered the room. There are three women sitting at a table together talking, and as you come in, all three of them kind of look up at you, and one of them kind of,
I say, "Hey, ladies."
hello there.
Are they all human, or what is?
Yes, they all look human. The three women, the guy at the bar is dressed in just kind of dark clothing with an apron. The three women sitting at the table are actually wearing very vibrantly colored outfits. Not, you'd almost go to say loud, but they're definitely more vibrant looking than the other, well, the barkeep or the way Rose and Thorn were dressed. There is also another person, a man, sitting kind of more back in the shadows at one of up by himself at a table, and he kind of raises his eyebrows at you as you enter as well. Looks like he's younger, also human, and he's dressed more conservatively than the women are.
Okay. I asked the barkeep, "Do you have any rooms?"
The barkeep kind of looks up at you, and do you approach him or do you?
Yeah, why not?
Okay,
I'm gonna walk up. Yeah.
all right. He looks up at you and says, "Glass of wine, 2 copper pieces. Bottle of wine, 1 silver piece."
Got any rooms?
He sighs. glass of wine, 2 copper pieces, bottle of wine, 1 silver piece.
Got any
All right, I
ale?
give him a silver piece.
All right, he reaches down, pulls out a kind of, I wouldn't say dusty. The wine goes through here fairly often, but it's a looks like they usually get it by the glass rather than by the bottle. He puts it on the bar in front of you, and he says, 1 silver.
So I toss him a silver.
He pockets it and then goes back to wiping the glasses. You see he's got a whole row of glasses in front of him.
Mm,
We just missed happy hour.
I guess. All right, I take a big swig and hand it out to the rest of you guys.
I'm gonna ask if he has any ale. I don't want none of that wine crap.
No
I'll
ale.
drink it.
Glass of wine, 1 copper piece, 2 copper pieces. Bottle of wine, 1 silver piece.
Do you
Right.
do you know any other words?
No.
I go over to the ladies and I say, "Hey, is there anywhere to stay in this place, this town here?"
The 3 women kind of look up at you and say, I'm sorry, but there is no inn here. This is the tavern. We don't get a lot of tourists in Barovia.
So where do people stay?
Usually in their houses, actually.
It makes sense if they don't have tourists.
No, but you, I can tell that you are not from around here. Tell me, where do you come from?
Elsewhere.
That much is evident.
Oops.
My friends and I are looking for a place to stay. Know of any place
Strength.
we could stay?
Hey, ladies, strength.
I'm flexing over in the corner.
I'm sorry, but there is really no place to stay, and there's no public inn in the village of Barovia.
Where do you ladies stay?
But we stay here. We own the place.
Well, you must sleep somewhere.
Yes, we stay here. We own this place. We own the blood on the vine.
Ah,
My name is
And
Alenka.
you are?
My name is Alenka. These are my sisters, Mirabelle and Sorvia.
I'm Clytus.
Clytus. Yes, I can tell.
I'm gonna sit down and start drinking from my jugs, some of my ale.
Oh, okay. You take it out and take a swig, and one of the
Quietly.
one of the ladies, Mirabelle, looks over and kind of, what is that you're drinking there?
The finest ale. Do you have any?
Ale? No, we drink wine here. Where does this
You're
ale
missing
come
out.
from?
My homeland.
Where is your homeland?
Far away from here.
Fair enough.
As a matter of fact, where is here?
You are in Barovia.
Lovia?
Barovia. You are in Barovia. The village and the village and the region are both known as Barovia.
Are there any other villages nearby?
Yes, there are several. If you go down the old Svarash Road to the west, you will reach Svaraki. And continuing on your way a fair piece, you will then come to the village of Kresk. There are some other smaller groupings of houses, but those are the primary regions, or the primary towns that you will encounter here. But we do get visitors
most
here.
places we haven't been.
You would probably find an inn in Valaki, but you would probably, well, it is dangerous to travel the Svarach Road at night, so it would be questionable whether or not you actually reach there, and they definitely would not let you in the village after nightfall.
Okay. How long does it take to get to that village?
Oh, not very long, probably 4 or 5 hours maybe.
Okay.
But if
How long until the sun comes back up?
you've probably got another 4 hours before daylight resumes. But you will not see the sun. The sun does not shine in Barovia.
Sad place.
Well, it is what you make of it, of course. For some, they spend their lives in eternal torment and walk around depressed, wearing dark clothes. But we tend to be a bit more optimistic about things. Find the joy in life, in good food and drink and companionship and family, that sort of thing. But there is one place that you could try if you wish. There is, if nothing else, you could visit one of our encampments at Sayre Falls. We have an encampment there. And Madame Ava would be very interested, I'm sure, in meeting you. And possibly even reading your fortunes.
Paul, did you say that a lot of these houses look empty?
A lot of them are empty. A lot of them are boarded up. Some of them look like they may have people living in them, that they are all dark and all the shutters were drawn and the lights were out inside.
I say we try to go into some of the empty houses and see if there's some beds. That's my vote.
Well,
Okay.
actually, I'm going to ask about the place across the street. What was the name of it?
Oh, yeah,
That was Bildrath's
store.
Mercantile.
Yeah, I ask. Hey, what about the mercantile across the road there?
Bildrath's?
Yeah.
It is a general store. You can find most common goods that you could buy in about any general store. Bildrath does not stock too many exotic items, but if you're looking for general supplies, he would be the place to go.
Oh, it looked abandoned.
Oh, he's just closed for the night.
Oh.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I thought it just kind of looked dark, like it was
okay.
closed. Yeah.
Yeah.
I misunderstood the description.
No, it's that was the DM's fault. No, it's just closed down
No.
for the evening,
Got it.
because it's the middle of the night. But why don't you?
Looks like we're gonna stay here and drink with you ladies all night, then, huh?
Well, that sounds like a good enough plan to us. Let us buy you a round of drinks. I'm sure that between the four of you, you're going to go through that one bottle in several swallows.
I'm
Except
not drinking.
no drinks for you.
I'm gonna stick to my ale.
Is there anything weird about the wine?
No. You sniff it, and if you've drunk of it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we already had some.
Okay, yeah. It tastes like any other wine that you've had. Not anything like super special, but
But not swill.
no, not swill. No, the wine.
And not actual blood.
No, it is not blood.
Okay.
It's normal wine. There's a label on the wine, and I can't remember which one it is. I think it's Purple Grape Mash number 4. Oh, number 3. Sorry, Purple Grape Mash number 3. But yeah, the one of the women, Maribel, again expresses interest, Jugs, in your ale, and I've never had this beverage which you're drinking. It smells hoppy. Would you mind sharing a glass? I'd be happy to compensate you with a bottle of wine just for a taste of yours.
No, I'll give each of them a little bit of the ale in a glass. If they have glasses, empty glasses around, I don't know.
Sure.
I'll
She
go to the
walks
bar,
right
yeah.
up to the bar and takes 3 of the glasses that the barkeep was dutifully clean. And you notice the barkeep, when he gets to the end of his row of glasses, he moves over to the start and starts polishing them again. It's like just kind of like a machine going from one end to the other without saying much. She comes back with glasses and offers it out to you, kind of giving you eyebrow raised.
Yeah, and I'll pour them each a glass.
Okay. Is there anything special about this ale? Like, is it?
It's just, I mean, it's not cheap ale, but it's just normal ale from a bar.
Okay. Did you get it in Waterdeep or?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I kind of imagined. Is just a normal ale from Waterdeep, nothing special and not bad ale either.
Okay. Well, she takes.
I heard it makes their clothes fall off.
Oh well. You may need to go through a jug or two.
I've got 4, so
She takes a drink and she's like, this is quite good.
you should start stocking it.
Well, it's not something that we could probably easily get a hold of here, but it's
My friend Clytus here can make you something.
really. Would you be interested in doing such a thing?
I don't know. Clytus is he's in his own
No.
world.
No. Not interested. Sticking to the wine.
Ah, very good. The wine here is good as well, and if you're interested, we could probably dig up some of the better wine from out of the back.
That would be good.
Sure.
Better's good.
And in fact, since you've been so generous with this, what is it called? Ale?
Yes.
We will complimentary bottle on the house. Eric, bring out the bottle of Red Dragon Crush. And the bartender reaches back, pulls out another bottle of wine. This one is actually dusty, but he brings it over to the table, sets it down in front of the 3 women, and you can see that it is labeled Red Dragon Crush.
Nice.
And under the title of the wine, there's the Wizards of Wine Winery written in smaller letters. And so she pours that out a glass. You're not going to drink, Paul?
I am not.
Okay. All 3
I
the rest of you?
smell it and examine it very carefully.
Okay. The bouquet on this wine is definitely, you can tell, it's of higher quality than the Purple Grape Mash number 3. It's got almost kind of a cinnamony undercurrent to it, which goes well with its title. And it's a little bit of a lighter color than the Purple Grape Mash. And slosh it around in a glass, kind of do the whole wine snob thing. They don't have any of the little crackers to give you, unfortunately, but you take a drink, and it is definitely quite a nice step up above the Great Mash number 3.
I'll try a glass of it.
Okay.
Since they
Yeah.
offered.
Sure. Yeah, you can tell it's like I said, much better quality.
How much would this cost?
Oh no, you were gracious enough to share with us your ale, so we it's the least we can do to give you a complimentary bottle on the house.
So, how would you like to serve ale here?
Well, it would depend on the clientele and demand, of course. We certainly could possibly arrange something where we could offer it to our customers as a new exotic beverage from out of town. The question is how much supply would you be able to provide for us?
Well, I'm a brewer. If we can find a place to set up, I could start brewing some ale.
We're gonna turn this game of D&D to just like making house.
Darn right.
Craft
We're going
and
to take
beer.
this town over. It is ripe for
This is
expansion.
our town.
Okay, which of the women were you talking to there? Alenka, Maribel, or Sorvia?
Whoever the main speaker was, the one who originally.
Okay, the
Yeah,
old
there's one that's speaking more than the other.
Alenka was she looks
Yeah,
like she's the
Lenka.
oldest of the 3. So,
Okay.
Yeah, we'll talk to Linka.
Okay, well, she kind of motions you over to join her at one of the other tables so that you can maybe discuss the details of what would be needed to brew this in terms of supplies and so forth.
All right. We need a big bat. We need some hops. You got hops.
Eric, excuse me, Adrian, you, while they're talking, you're kind of not partaking in the drinking at all, so you're kind of being more watchful. The barkeep has not, like I said, looked up other than to bring the wine over, and like I said, he's been kind of cycling through these glasses, doing nothing else. But you do notice that the gentleman sitting off more in the corner there has kind of generally been keeping an eye on you as the others talk with these women.
Since he's been watching us, I'll just get up and I will walk over to him and say, "How you doing?"
Greetings. You look like you're from out of town.
I am definitely from out of town.
It may
What
have been
gave
the
it away?
ears.
Don't have a lot of elves in in Barovia?
Not many know. There are actually some dusk elves that live in one of the Vistani camps off to the west of Iraqi. But other than that, no. And they probably will not be around for very long, as all of the women no longer live there. But anyway, what brings you to Barovia?
Dude, you just said what? Why don't the women live with the dust elves?
I don't know all the details, but I believe they were all killed.
Well, that kind of sucks.
Yes, very, very unfortunate for them.
Place sounds very dangerous.
Barovia can be extremely dangerous.
We had a house that just tried to eat us. It was kind of scary.
A house tried to eat you?
Yes. Down the road, go down the road, take a left. The vacant lot that's there now, that's the house
Actually,
that tried to eat us.
Would
We
that
knew the
have
name
been,
of the family, right?
Would that have been the Durst residence?
The Durst,
Yeah.
yes.
Durst. Yes.
We have had people coming through before that have reported, shall we say, troubles with that place. It burned down over 200 years ago.
It burned down.
It burned down over 200 years ago. Yet we occasionally, as I said, hear stories from people passing through town who said that they were waylaid by a house that matched its description.
Well, it was not burned down when we were in it. That's for darn sure.
Yes.
Can I ask you one? Can I ask you another question?
You can ask me as many questions as you like.
This town seems very deserted. Is there a reason why?
The reason is the devil in the castle, whose name I shall not speak aloud. But he...
The devil in the castle. Okay.
Devil. He leans forward closer and says, whispers in your ear, Strahd.
I won't say it really loud.
Strahd!
Okay. Wrong! Oh, wow. Is he a vampire? I've heard of him.
He is a vampire. He is the vampire in the
Is
castle.
he the lord of this land?
He is the dread lord of Barovia. He is the land, and he is the ancient.
He is the ancient. So, is he an elf?
No, he was a human before he was turned into a vampire. He's ruled this land for over 400 years.
So, is there lots of vampires around here? Are you a vampire?
I am not a vampire. My name is Ismark Koyanovich. I am the son of the Burgermeister here.
Burgermeister. I shake his hand. Introduce myself as Adrian.
What did you? Oh, as Adrian. Pleased to meet you, Adrian. And it's quite obvious that you're not from around here. As I mentioned, we do get people passing through from time to time, but they...
I don't suppose you'd be not interested in a place today. We're looking for, we're tired. We don't want to travel any farther. Apparently there's no inns.
No, there's not. Well, there may be a way for us to help each other.
Cool.
We've had troubles of our own in Barovia. Specifically,
I don't believe it.
Specifically, my sister has had a very high amount of trouble lately from the devil in the castle, again, whose name I will not utter. She has been bitten twice, visited in the night by the devil. After the first two visits, we barricaded the house, and the devil met us and with his minions and attacked our mansion, the Burgermeister mansion. And over the course of several nights, he incessantly raised the specters of terror against us to the point where my father's heart gave out. 3 days ago, he died from the combined stress.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yes, so were we. However, we've not been able to leave the house together since then, not even to bury our father. one of us must stay behind and keep guard. So, if you would agree to accompany me and possibly agree to safely escort my sister out of town to Vallaki, where I believe it to be much safer here than here in Barovia, I would be more than happy to put you up for the night, feed you, and give you whatever you might need for your journey.
Do I get the feeling that this guy is, I don't know, yanking my chain?
You can make an insight check if you like.
Insight.
Do you remember the letter in the beginning that we found?
No,
The letter from the Burgermeister?
no, don't remember.
You did find a letter in the
It
corpse.
had the same story.
On the road into town, you did find a letter held in the hand of a corpse that had been apparently ripped
yeah.
apart by
We should let him
wolves.
know. We
Right.
should let him know.
Okay, well, sounds like he's telling the truth to me. So, well, I'll ask my buddies. I've only known them for like a day and a half or something, but they seem pretty good dudes. So, hold on.
Okay.
So I go back and I tell the crew, this guy's asking for our help, and then he said he'd give us a place to stay if we helped him.
What exactly does he need from us?
To guard his house, the Burgermeister house, right?
Burgomeister, yes.
Yeah, to bury his dad.
McDonald's, the
McDonald's.
Burgermeister house.
Actually, if you look up the etymology of the word Burgermeister, it is originally spelled Berger. Back in, I believe that's the original German. It's a mayor. It means a mayor of a town.
Yeah, he's the mayor.
Yes. In Barovia, though, they're called Burgomeisters.
So the mayor's house, not Mayor McCheese. The mayor's house.
Oh yeah, and I can show that this is what Ismark looks like.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he looks fairly young.
Yeah, he looks like he's in his
Yeah.
early 20s.
Okay.
Do you have a picture of what the other ladies look like? Just curious.
Not specifically
Okay.
them.
That's fine.
Do we detect anything weird
They're-
about these ladies at all? So I'm getting a weird vibe off of it.
You as far as I guess define weird, the whole place has been weird to you guys. Be more
I don't know.
specific.
Like they may have nefarious. There's something not quite right about them. I just have a gut reaction that they might be up to something.
You can make an insight check if you like.
All right. Whoop! I clicked it and it moved. There we go.
Okay.
Ooh, I got a mighty 12.
All right. Well, from what you can tell, they definitely appear friendly, and you don't necessarily get a vibe that they're like trying to lull you and then kill you in your sleep or something like that. But you do. I mean, there's this playfulness to them, kind of mischievousness. But you don't
Like
really.
they're grooming us.
Well, not grooming. I don't. Grooming is the right word. But you definitely get the sense that they're being friendly with you, with the possible idea that later that might pay off for them.
Do any of them have like long, sharp teeth?
Not that you've seen, no. No, they're all dark.
better
They're
chew
all
it.
dark skinned. They have dark complexion, long black hair. They're generally what you would think of as gypsies.
All right.
But other than that, you don't
Do any
sense
of them know share?
One of them looks a little bit like Cher did back in the day.
Oh,
Let's say that Mirabelle kind of has an early Cher-like look to her.
Young nasally Cher or weird middle-aged Cher where she really shouldn't be wearing that little, but she is.
They're all pretty young, so they nicely fill out the outfits that they have on. Although they're not really. I mean, it's a low cut blouse, so it's not necessarily modest.
So are you saying like an 8 out of 10 or?
Well, again, depending on your taste. They're certainly not ugly. We'll put it that
All
way.
right.
But
Alright, so yeah, do we want to talk to the son, whatever his name was again?
Ismark?
Ismark. And
Yeah, why not?
take him up on his offer? Is everyone on board with that?
I am.
We got nothing better going yet.
Yeah, I'd like a place to rest, and if he's offering it, that's the best offer we've got on the table. So.
Okay, so do you approach him then and introduce yourselves?
Yep.
Yeah,
sure.
I'd like to walk up to him and let him know who I am and ask him what exactly he needs from us.
Okay, Clytus, you two, are you going to break off the conversation with?
Yeah, I'm going to
the
say,
night
ma'am, I'm going to politely step away and say, hey, I got to go talk to. I have to go talk to my compatriots. I'll pick this conversation up with you as soon as we're done, if that's okay.
Oh, certainly. Yes, I'm very eager to hear more details about the brewing of this ale. Betsy then joins her sisters at the table. They resume talking. You all approach Ismark, and he stands up as you approach, and he bows to each one of you and reintroduces himself. He's again repeats that he's the Burgermeister's son. His sister, actually half sister, her name is Arena. She's been bitten by the vampire Strahd twice, and he's fearful that the third time he comes, he's going to essentially turn her into a vampire, and wants to get her out of town. In addition, he needs help in getting their father's body buried at the church before they go. But for that, he would gladly, like I said, put you up for the night, and since he's the Burgermeister's son, he can pretty much do everything he wants within his power to maybe make things happen for you.
So out of curiosity,
Mm-hmm.
I would like to understand why you think she's going to be turned into a vampire on the third bite. I'm not very keen on vampires. I don't know a whole lot about vampires, so
We're not
why
hip to the
hasn't she been
vampire
turned yet?
lingo.
Yeah, why hasn't she been turned yet, and why is it the third time? What is that a thing?
I am by no means a vampire expert myself, although I have done a lot of research because I cannot stand. We'll call him S. I cannot stand S, and I would do anything in my power to see him destroyed. However, there are vampire experts out there that I'm sure more qualified than I am. The fear that I have is not so much a quantity. There is no mythology I'm aware of that says on the third bite the vampire will turn you into a creature of the night. But all I can surmise is that S wants my sister for something. And he has twice visited our mansion, and twice he has bitten her. Why? Since he has not been able to get in since then, I very much suspect that soon he will tire of toying with her and come in for the final blow, if you will.
How old is she?
She is a bit younger than I am. She is 21.
Okay. So she's an adult. She's not a child.
Okay.
Okay.
She can take care of herself, but not. She
so
thinks.
you want to leave town?
No, I just meant she's not like a little girl or anything.
No.
Yeah. So you want to leave town? Where to?
Well, to some place where she can be safe. I'm not sure where if anywhere in Barovia is completely safe, but if there is such a place, probably I would think Valaki, the village of Valaki. There they have a wall and guards and a gate. They have much better defenses than, as you've seen, Barovia. Barovia is dead or dying. As you've seen, there are not many people here. Those that are here are terrified and frightened and extremely small-minded. They have refused to help either Irina or myself since our father passed away, and they've shunned her because of S's attention to her.
So you are the Burgermeister currently?
Well, when you put it that way, yes, I guess. Speaking of heredity, yes. But as far as I am concerned, the people of this village can go rot from the way that they have treated my sister and myself. My first priority is to her safety at the moment.
Okay.
All right, boys.
But
Yeah.
Well,
I
lead
guess,
on.
Yeah, I'm in. If anyone else has any questions for him, go ahead.
I'm good. I'm
Okay.
in.
oh, very well. Then I would suggest that we retire to our mansion, and there you can stay for the night. And in the morning, we can.
Jack, shut up.
I hear wolves.
Yes.
Very small wolves.
There's a plate in the microwave. Get him out of here. Close the door.
The wolves are what drove my father to death, so let us hope that they do not have another attack. So he gets up and kind of puts his arm out towards the door. Shall we leave?
I would like to drink a little bit more, but
Oh,
if you don't mind.
well, I will tell you what. Our mansion is at the end of the main street, and I'll draw it here for you.
I'll go with him. I don't want to stay and drink, so I'll go
Okay.
with him.
Okay.
Why is this not working? Here we go. Okay. So he's going to get up right away and head out towards his mansion. So yeah, some of you are going to stay and some of you are going to leave.
Oh God.
Going to split the party.
Do we
Bet.
want to split?
You bet
All
we
right.
are.
All right.
Okay, so Jugs, you're going to continue stay at the tavern drinking. Clytus, are you going to stay as well?
Yeah, I'll keep talking about business arrangements with the good lady of the blood on the vine.
Okay. And Rowan's not there, so I'm not sure. We'll leave it up in the air as to which way he goes. So at the very least, Adrin, you accompany Ismark out.
Mhm.
As you're getting up to go, he kind of leans towards you, Adrin, and says, before you go, you may wish to warn your friends to keep a close eye on their purse strings. The Vistani have been known to relieve those who are not as vigilant as others.
Okay. I will meet you outside. I'm going to go whisper that to my friends.
Okay.
Hold, please. And I'll walk up to Jugs as he's drinking from a jug.
Yeah.
And tell him that he needs to, hey, dude, careful with your purse string.
Thank
They're
you.
really
I
like
appreciate
you.
that.
All right. Don't drink too much.
Okay.
Not too much. Never too much.
And then I head out.
Okay. Rowan, Ismark and Adrin are leaving for the mansion. Clytus and Jugs are staying. Which do you wish to do?
I don't know if he heard you.
Dave, are you there?
Oh,
Can't hear you.
Uh-oh.
Heard something briefly as
broke.
you were playing with your headset.
dun, 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 dun.
No sound.
Huh.
Yeah, I can hear you now. Oh, now we can't.
Yeah, I can't hear you.
Can't hear you.
Nope. No sound. You can type in chat until you get it fixed. With Rowan? Or, excuse me, or with Adrin?
Yeah, with who?
Okay, so
you're
I'm assuming
teasing
you're
out
going with Ismark and Adrin.
Okay.
All right. So, okay.
Perfect.
You guys then head out, leaving the tavern, heading down the street. Again, everything is quiet here. All the houses are boarded up. When you get in front of this house, though, you actually do hear a sound. You hear a faint sound of a woman, an older woman. It sounds like she's crying and sobbing, very mournfully, very softly.
I asked Burgermeister in training. Forget his name. Sorry. Who? You hear that? Some old lady's crying in there.
There is much weeping that goes on in Barovia. That he looks over at the house. The house you see is actually boarded up. He says that would be Mary's house.
Is she okay?
I do not know for certain. I do know that over the last week or so, she hasn't been seen out in the streets. Before, every once in a while, we would see her around, but since about a week ago, she has not been seen out on the streets. But we have, obviously, I live down this street, and I have heard in passing, whenever I pass by her house, it seems like there is weeping coming from within. So obviously, something happened there that was tragic, but I have not found out what it is.
You don't want to go knock on the door and see how she's doing to one of your citizens?
I have no interest in this town. After, again, what they have done for us.
Okay. Rowan, do you care?
No.
Oh, we can hear
Hey,
you.
he's back.
There we go. He's back. All right. We keep going.
He cast silence by accident over there.
The plug going into from the headphone thing into the dual jack came unplugged.
That'll do it. AKA silence spell.
Troubleshooting 101.
Yeah. The material components got screwed up. So you continue on then. The weeping kind of falls behind you, and you make your way down the street, and as you approach the end of the street, you see a larger building. The Burgomaster... it's not the Burgomeister, it's a Burgomaster's mansion. It's a weary-looking mansion squatting behind a rusting iron fence. The iron gates are twisted and torn. The right gate lies cast aside while the left swings lazily in the wind. The stuttering squeal and clang of the gate repeats with mindless precision. Weeds choke the grounds and press with menace upon the house itself. Yet against the walls, the growth has been tamped down to create a path all about the domain. Heavy claw markings have stripped the once beautiful finish off the walls. Great black marks tell of the fires that have been assailed against the mansion. Not a pane nor a shard of glass stands in any window. All of the windows are barred with planks, and each one marked with stains of evil omen.
That's not good, man.
No.
You still live?
We have nowhere else to live. And at the moment, we are not confident in our ability to hold off the Devil's Strahd. But that is hopefully what you will be able to assist us in.
To fight Strahd, your lord, or the lord of the land?
I am not certain that you would stand up to a fight in Strahd. However, you may be able to help us resist. Or at least help protect against his minions, who are much more likely to assail us.
Okay.
So he approaches the door with you two in tow, and he knocks firmly on it 3 times. There's a pause, and there's no response in terms of the door on being unlocked, and he leans in and says, "Irina, I have brought help. Open the door." The door unbolts. You hear actually several latches being undone, and then it opens up a little bit. And peering out of the crack, you see a young woman's face, kind of gaunt, very pale looking, but pretty good looking, strikingly good looking, long auburn hair. But she looks like she hasn't gotten a lot of sleep in the last few days. She looks at Ismark and then looks over at the two of you and says, "Ismark, who are these two?" And he says, "They're here to help us. Let us inside." She looks down the street and kind of around, sees no one there, and opens the door up and ushers you guys inside.
I go in.
Okay. Clytus, Jugs, what do you plan to do while you're here? You're just going to be kind of drinking the night away, talking, anything particular?
Well, I'm not gonna get blottoed. I want to talk to the ladies and hear more see if I can learn more about Barovia and legitimately discuss how we could maybe set up some kind of brewing operation because I am a brewer.
Well, which area did you want to focus on first?
Um, well, she was asking about that, so I'll just talk about what we all need for brewing to start.
All right. Well, you outline all the supplies that would be necessary. And she says that while some of them may be hard to source locally, she may be able to get them somehow.
Okay.
And the skill, though, is really the trick. You may be able to get together supplies enough that you could put together like a brewmaster station, but you're the only person she knows who can brew ale.
But I can drink it.
And I have someone who can drink it.
So one customer. Quite the enterprise you've got together here.
Yeah, well, we can brew a batch and see what the locals think. It's got to be what they're always having normally.
So are you going to be staying permanently in this area?
No. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah, we're not set in stone either way.
No promises. But if things go well, we'll see. This is a market that is untapped for potential.
This is true. However, if you're the only one who can brew things and you're not in the vicinity, I'm not sure what we can do.
Oh, but the best part of brewing is that a lot of it involves waiting for it to brew.
It's true.
Well,
also, you're going to take some time to get supplies, so I think we've got a little time to kind of poke around the area.
Well,
I could teach people. I could teach my skills.
Perhaps. Well, I will tell you what. If you can get me a list of supplies that you need to brew up a batch, and then brew it and supply it, I can perhaps, if you've got enough of a sample, I could take to some more of my people, and we could possibly spread it around and see what other people think.
Sounds like a deal. I'll put one together.
That sounds like a good plan. I tell you what, if you get this list to us tonight, we can possibly get, it would depend on the list, but possibly within a week, say.
All right. If you have something for me to write on, I'll write you up a list.
I'll be right back. She goes to the bar, gets a parchment and quill, and comes back to the table and lays you to it. Jugs, are you doing anything besides drinking?
I'm just drinking and hanging out with Clytus and women, and I guess I'm
Jugs?
curious about what else is going on in the town and the region.
Jugs is now quality assurance, by the way.
Exactly.
Why is he quality assurance?
Well, somebody's got to test
Yeah,
it.
someone's got to test the ale.
Oh, I got you. I thought you meant for Barovia. I'm like, what?
No, I meant for the beer.
No one gets in this bar unless they meet with my approval. Well, what specifically are you asking about? I mean, there's a lot of information that you might be able to glean, but I guess.
Well, I'm curious. What's going on in the town? Why does it seem so empty?
The town, again, she pretty much says what Ismark said, that the Barovians, it's generally considered dangerous to be out after dark in Barovia. There's not a ton of, it's not like you see wolves wandering the streets every night or anything like that, but wolf attacks have been known to happen. It's essentially dangerous. Some of the houses even are reputed to be haunted. But generally, those that haven't been outright killed or left generally lock themselves in at night.
Is there anything else interesting in town? I mean, there's this tavern and there's a store across the street. Is there any church? Is there anything else in town? Any points of interest that we should
Yes.
visit?
You can visit wherever you like, but the primary buildings in the town that you're going to be the most likely to visit besides the Blood on the Vine would be Bildras Mercantile. There is a church dedicated to the Morning Lord to the northwest of the town. You know what I'll do? I'm just going to reveal this whole map because why be quiet
There's
about it? Yeah, there's no real spooky, scary, masterful surprise waiting for you here, so we'll just do that.
What?
So that is the town of Barovia. What the hell?
That's Strahd.
Grand Avenue?
What is it?
Is that Grand Avenue?
Grand Avenue? No. Actually, the
It's like
streets aren't.
Grand. Yeah.
The streets aren't even named in Barovia, which is interesting. But so anyway, that's the
So
entire town.
the building up right here, you said, was the church?
Yes, the church is in the northwest. There's a graveyard behind it. The building to the south is the burgomaster's mansion.
That one?
Yep.
What's this one up here?
That is just a building.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Stood
What about
out.
this one?
So.
That
one's a
is
building.
well. You were that. Dave, was that you that asked that?
Yeah.
That was Mary's residence that you passed by.
Was what?
Which one was?
That
Yeah, that
one.
Yeah, that was the one when you were walking by when Rowan and Adrian were walking with Ismark, and they heard sobbing coming from it.
Oh, okay.
All right.
But you didn't care, so we didn't knock on the door.
Nope. Sobbing women don't interest us.
No. Self-esteem issues.
So,
All right.
okay.
So anyway, yeah, and I guess let's flip back to Adrian and Rowan. You're in the mansion. It's generally well furnished inside there. The fixtures do some signs of great wear. Their notable oddities are boarded up windows and the presence of holy symbols in every room. You notice, Rowan, that the holy symbols actually are of the Morning Lord, but they're
Nice.
They're a holy symbol that is from centuries ago that has kind of fallen out of favor. Not out of favor, I would say, but like an older design, if you will.
So the Morning Lord, is that someone that Dave would recognize?
The Morning Lord is the name of Lathander in his.
That's my face.
So you just happen to be
So
the priest of the...
when she saw me in my wonderful priestly vestments, I mean, she take note of my holy symbol.
Yeah, actually, as you come into the mansion and you are in the she can see you more clearly. She looks you up and down and says to Ismark, "Is he going to take us to Donovich?" And Ismark says, "It is hoped so, yes." And she looks at you and says, "You are a priest of the Morning Lord, no?
Yes.
Are you an acquaintance of Donovich?"
No, I'm not. I'm not from here.
Ah, interesting. So you just happened to come into town and my brother recruited you?
Yes, I met him at the Blood of the Vine.
Ah, out recruiting, were you? And Ismark kind of looks kind of sheepish and says, "We need protection. We cannot make this journey on our own, as you well know." Irina she actually is not only...
You have a picture of her?
Yeah, I was going to say. She's actually dressed in full male armor, and she's got a sword at her side. She was ready and waiting for something to happen. And obviously from the condition of the mansion, something has happened before. So that's
Okay.
Marina. She says, so what makes you think that you can protect me when nobody else has even come forward to peep out of their houses in this godforsaken town?
Well,
We'll
to be
try.
honest, I don't even know how or why I got to Barovia. About, I don't know how many hours ago, I was attending a festival with my fellow churchmen, and I just showed up here. So, evidently, it's for a reason, and I'm still searching for that. But I see it as a sign from my Lord that I'm supposed to do something good.
Well, your presence would certainly be welcome. My father was an ardent follower of the Morning Lord, and it was his wish to be buried in the cemetery, the town cemetery, when he died. He was also good friends with Donovich, the local priest, it would be his desire, I believe, for Donovich to lay him to rest. However, if you are able to help in this regard in any way, he would consider it a blessing. So
Definitely.
we may take comfort in that at least. And she looks over at Adrin and says, so what's your story?
Actually, my story is similar. I arrived only to Barovia. We slept a few. I'm guessing it's been over a day.
Yeah, you guys took a couple long rests, I believe.
Yeah.
I was at a festival myself, and somehow the mists came up, and all of a sudden, instead of being in my home world in the city of Esh, I was here in Barovia being attacked by wolves.
That happens.
No idea how I got here.
Well, you definitely seem like you can handle yourselves at any rate. So there's that to consider. Is it just the two of you, or
We have some friends with a slight alcohol problem.
there is also a lot of that in Barovia as well.
So yeah, they should be in it shortly. Down shortly, I guess. So, is anybody else not seeing Paul or Kyle on the video?
Oh, Dave's the only one I can't see.
Really?
Oh, I can see all of you.
Kyle, on my end, Kyle's video feed is gone. It's just a little red and white thing.
And Paul, yours was gone for a while too.
Huh. It's maybe some buffering streaming issues, but I have all your video and audio so far. I haven't lost you guys.
I haven't lost audio. I just can't see Dave. So whatever.
Yeah. So it must
Weird.
be buffering between Roll20 servers and you guys then.
Yeah.
If you refresh your window, it'll come back, but then it'll drop out again. So.
Yeah.
Tim, your audio is like
Yeah, you are really quiet.
Can you move your mic, maybe?
How about now?
Still
Nope.
quiet.
No.
whisper.
Quiet? What?
Whisper quiet.
Okay, hold on. Let me refresh.
There we
There
go.
we go.
Now it came back. And now he's gone. He's refreshing. Okay. Ah, the joys of technology. Oh well. Okay, so
I'm
you
over it.
yeah, she says that they're okay. Are you there?
Who?
There you go.
You.
You're back. I just wanted to hear your voice.
Oh, I refreshed my window, and right as I hit refresh, you guys go, "Oh, there it works now." And then, went away.
That's how it works.
Oh, and I just lost Jugs and Rowan again.
Oh, well, you're here and I can see you. So
Yep.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
can
know.
hear everybody, so that's all that really matters to me.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
we can do it. We're okay.
all right. So I guess we'll kind of wrap up the session then. For Clytus and Jugs, were there anything else that you wanted to ask the three sisters?
I think that was pretty much it. I'm gonna finish my one jug of ale and eventually head over to the mansion. That was kind of my plan. I'll wait on Clytus
Yeah, I'm
and
good
head
for now.
over.
Okay. That sounds like a plan then.
I'll ask the Ismark and Irina when they would like to get this burial completed. During the day, or?
Well, you know, as a follower of the Morning Lord, that traditionally funerals take place at dawn.
Okay. What time is it now?
Hence the name.
Yeah, go figure. You would estimate it to be probably around 2 a.m. at this point. Probably about bar closing time, so...
Yeah, okay.
Even if you guys didn't want to leave, they would probably need to close. Oh, actually, in Barovia, you can drink all night if you want, and they're the owners, so if you wanted to, you could have a private party with them.
I mean, maybe I think we should spend the night, rest up. I can go meet with that priest with you tomorrow.
Yeah, Ismark says it would be best if you all came.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, resting would be great.
Okay.
Since I still have 2 hit points.
That's pretty brave to be imbibing large numbers of alcohol with 2 hit points. I guess that's more of a con save thing. You guys have strong constitutions. You don't need to worry about it. So you guys take your leave of the 3 Vistani in the Blood on the Vine?
Sure.
Yes.
Okay, and you head towards the Burgomaster's mansion, and as you're passing by, again, you hear the sobbing still coming from this house here. I don't know if you guys wanted to investigate it or continue on your way.
No, I'm good.
I really need to rest. But
Let's come back tomorrow. Clytus.
yeah, but I'm
You got 2 hit points. Dude.
Yeah,
my
you
code of
don't look
conduct.
so well. You're a little
my
tipsy.
would not allow me to just let it go by, so I'm gonna go up and knock on the door.
Okay.
I'm gonna stay with him because I'm not gonna leave him alone.
All right. Well, do you not have any kind of lay on hands left or anything like that? No healing?
No. Well, unless we got something.
We
In
could have
the
taken a
level
short
up.
rest while we were in the bar and roll a
I
hit
suppose.
die.
Yeah, if you
Yeah,
guys
if you-
wanted to use a
would you
hit
consider
dice,
that?
I would let you. If you have any hit dice remaining, I would let you apply. I mean, basically consider it kind of a short rest.
All right. Well, now I have 7 hit points.
Oh, you can take on the world.
Yeah.
Bring
I
it
feel
on,
much
Strahd.
I knock on the door.
Okay, you knock on the door. The sobbing kind of stops for a second and then resumes.
I knock again.
This time, the sobbing does not stop.
I'm
I
gonna
see.
turn the knob.
Oh, jeez, yeah.
All right, you turn it back and forth, and it doesn't seem like the door is latched. In fact, you're not 100% sure there's even a latch mechanism inside the doorknob still, but the door does not move.
So it won't open.
It doesn't open when you push slightly on it.
Okay.
All right. I call out. Are you all right?
Nothing but sobbing. It sounds like someone is just desolate with grief.
All right. I said I'll try back another time. Well, unless we want to break the door down, which I'm not going to do. She's sobbing.
No, I think we
You know,
should
crying in
head to the
pain or
mansion and maybe we can check back tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
That would make you feel better.
I mean, if she was screaming in pain or something, I'd knock the door down. But
Okay.
I agree.
all right.
So you progress onward to, we'll say you get to about here, and I've already described the mansion to the other guys. I won't go through it again, but it looks like it suffered a pretty massive attack of probably dozens of wolves. You know, there's fire marks, scorch marks. You know, who knows what else. But as you're approaching the mansion, you do hear something as well. Well, not the sobbing, but you hear something else and different and new. Coming from down here somewhere, you hear what sounds like the creaking of like a wheels, like a wooden cart of some sort.
Carriage?
You can't really tell. Well, you're not there. It's basically Clytus
you
and
can't
Jugs.
tell anything.
I'll be right back anyway.
So, just creaking of wheels, can we tell what direction it's coming from?
Yes, it sounds like it's coming from somewhere over in that direction, down that street somewhere.
If I look that way, do I see anything?
You don't spot anything, so whatever it is, it must be around that corner.
Well, I'm not overly concerned. Okay, if someone's out there, someone's out there. I'm fine with heading into the mansion. You good, Clytus?
Yeah, it's a town.
Yeah, I mean, if someone's roaming around the town at night, good for them. I don't know.
All right. So you wish to approach the mansion then?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
Knock on the door.
You knock on the door, and you hear a woman's voice from inside say, "Who is it?"
We're friends of
Jugs.
Adrin and Ronan.
You hear a muffled voice come from inside, and then you hear several locks being drawn back, and sound of a bar being pulled from behind the door, and the door opens, and you see Arena. I've already described her again, but this is the first time you see her. She's a human female, auburn hair, dressed in full armor with a long sword at her side. And I guess the other thing I forgot to mention is that she's got a bandage right here covering her neck.
Oh, she's the one who's got bitten.
Yes,
That's the sister that got bitten.
that is, yes. Arena is Mark's sister.
All right.
So she says, "Welcome, come inside. Your compatriots are here, and they've already been telling us quite a bit about you."
All right. I head in.
Yep.
All right. You come inside. Again, briefly described it. It's not nearly as beat up inside, but it's just old and kind of run down. There's one thing that you guys I didn't describe before. The burgomaster is actually in a side drawing room on the floor. He's laying in a simple wooden coffin surrounded by wilting flowers and a faint odor of decay.
Oof. Nice.
I'm gonna go ahead and avoid that room.
But
What killed him again?
He died from his heart simply gave out from terror and exhaustion because the house was being assaulted by Strahd every single night. Wolves and bats and who knows what else was assaulting the mansion. And he just couldn't take it.
So what happened? Has anything happened tonight?
So far, nothing has happened.
Okay. Great.
Don't say those words.
Well,
I go to bed.
Ismark says Strahd has not returned since our father died, which is interesting. That was 3 days
Maybe
ago.
that's the reason he was attacking.
He was not after my father. He was after Irina.
All right.
Are you
Should
sure?
we rest?
Yeah, I'm gonna go to bed. Let's
Okay.
with it. Let's go to bed.
He shows you to a room. There's multiple guest rooms. It is a mansion, and it's only Irina and Ismark living here. They don't have any servants. There are servants' quarters, though, which they say you're welcome to use. The linens are a little bit dusty but clean otherwise. But you're free to stay there for the night. And the house, all of the windows on all of the floors have been boarded over. So there's no light coming in, so you guys need to take candle. Well, you have dark vision, but Rowan will need to take candles everywhere, and Ismark and Arena carry candles along with them.
I could just cast my cantrip on my quarterstaff
Sure.
as usual.
Yep. But they point out the rooms to you. They So is there anything that you need for the evening before you retire?
I'm already out.
At this moment, no.
Very well. Rest well. In the morning, we will go to the church and bury our father, and then be on our way from this accursed place.
I'm gonna lay on my bed and then cast Mage Hand and close the door.
Okay.
I lay face down, spread eagle, and I'm out in seconds.
Okay.
I'm drunk and I wanna just cast Mage Hand because I
You're
feel
drunk,
like it.
You cast Mage Hand, close the door, and
It
go
slaps the door
wee
around
and
the
pass out.
Haven't you ever done that?
I laugh.
One
Hey,
cast
your video just came back on for me.
Oh yeah, I see you too. Yeah. All right.
Weird.
All right. So, anything else
See
that
my
you guys need to do?
donut.
Ooh, that looks good. You got one for tomorrow for me?
It's a candy cane donut.
Are you guys going to try and keep watch for the night? Or are you staying in separate rooms, the same room? How do you want to do this?
I only meditate.
I
so-
imagine as soon as I lay down, I'm gonna pass out because
Okay.
I've been drinking a bit. I finished a whole gallon of ale.
Yeah,
I
there.
don't mind having my own room.
Yeah, the servants' quarters are arranged so that you could sleep two in a room if you wanted to.
I only meditate, so I can stay up if you guys want. For most.
Wait,
of
you're
it.
an elf. You don't have to sleep.
I usually get up early and do my prayer.
Okay.
I usually get up late.
Well, actually, because this needs to take place at the dawn,
Yeah.
the arena would be waking
Just
you up.
stay up.
Yeah, well, you can get a few hours sleep if you want, but arena would be. You need to take. First of all, you need to take the body to the church. It's
Right.
not that far, but it'll probably take you maybe 20 minutes to take him across town. You need to dig the grave, likely, which would probably take an hour if all of you chip in. Maybe less, maybe a half hour if everyone's digging. But you probably want to factor in at least a couple hours before the dawn. So probably Arena will be waking up around 4:35 o'clock.
So like 2 hours,
Yeah,
3 hours.
right. So you're not going to
so
get a
that's not
full.
a full long rest.
No, it's not going to be a full long rest.
What's a
I'm gonna
short
be
rest?
honest. I'm gonna sleep for 8 hours.
You're going to sleep through it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, my guess is Jugs and Clytus are probably in no
Condition.
condition to help out in the morning.
Okay. So you want to argue
That's
for
fine.
delaying the burial then to the next day, or?
That would be good.
Yeah. Can we delay it one more day?
Yeah, I'd like to meet the priest and stuff first tomorrow. But if the family wants us done, then I think with those two and Adrian and I, we should be able to get it accomplished.
So what exactly are you going to do? I'm still kind of confused as to whether you are resting.
Can we get in a long rest?
Here's the deal. I mean, according to the tenets of the Morning Lord, you should have a funeral at dawn.
Yeah, but does it have to be this
The
dawn
next
or
day?
the
Yeah,
next day? No.
I'm just relating what your faith says.
Right.
Yeah. So we can wait one more dawn.
Right.
Is all we're saying.
I mean,
Yeah.
our agreement was that he was going to let us rest, and then we would help him.
hmm
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
we need a long rest before we can really be of any use to them, whether it's a fighting capacity or doing this burial.
Right. Well,
Mhm.
yeah. Ismark doesn't really care that much. His primary concern is making sure that Arena is safe.
Right.
And in fact, he would be willing to forego the ceremony and burial entirely just to get her the hell out of town, like tonight. But Irina is steadfast in honoring her father's, even though she herself really isn't that religious herself. Her father,
He was.
and she wants to honor his memory and make sure that he's laid to rest properly. So in any case, while she would like to see it done, she understands the practical need that you guys may very well save all of their asses. So she's willing to wait an additional day before the burial if you guys need to take a full
pretty much
rest.
a must.
Yeah, because I'd like to take the next day and head into the shop and stuff like that.
Okay, sure. Oh, that's fine. Then they'll let you get a full night's rest then. So if you want to take a long rest and reset, get all your abilities back to max and everything, that's fine.
Mhm.
So they'll let you sleep in other words.
Okay. Cool.
And basically then the agreement will be the following morning.
Meat.
What was that?
I was talking to Jen.
Oh. All right, so then the night passes. The mansion isn't attacked. Several times during the night, you hear kind of scuttling noises on the roof, but that could be rats or other insects or something out there. Nothing tries to break in or get at you, so you're able to rest fully through the night. Adrin, you stay up after your trance is done, and again, the mansion isn't attacked in any way.